Damn. Damn.
Mass to LA. He left his mark in every town, left broken hearts and lost and found. They don't love him and then he's away. Well, I watched her change his style from a playboy to a child. Look at loving like new toys, playing house like girls and boys. And that's love calling. There ain't no way that you can fake it. Well, that's love calling. Ain't no way you can escape it. That's love calling. There ain't no way you can get by. Oh, that's love calling. You might as well give love a try. Now she and them, they never last. Burning out 'cause she's too fast. Broken homes and empty pockets in her wake. She got a lot of grief, you see. That she was free, pretending love, but it was a genuine fake. Yeah, well, I watched him change her ways. She was totally amazed how he loved her with such ease. Looked her like a summer breeze. And that's love calling. Ain't no way that you can fake it. Well, that's love calling. There ain't no way you can escape it. Well, that's love calling. There ain't no way you can get by. Well, that's love calling. You might as well give love a try. don't you hear my love calling you? Don't you hear my love calling you? Don't you hear my love calling you? You, now the two of them are one on the third planet from the sun. You know they're happy with what they've got, and they say they've got to lie. That's love calling. Ain't no way that you can fake it. That's love calling. Ain't no way you can escape it. That's love calling. Ain't no way you can get by. That's love calling. You might as well give love a try. Hey, that's love calling. Ain't no way that you can fake it. That's love calling. Ain't no way you can escape it. Oh, that's love calling. Ain't no way you can get by. Oh, that's love calling. You might as well give love a try. The girls in love, the boys in love. I'm in love and you're in love. He's in love, she's in love. You might as well give love a try. Making love, hey, knowing love. God, saying love, whoa, what is love? Knowing love, hey, saying love, whoa, knowing love, hey.
Get to dance with your Sergios. Shake your hands, yeah. What you do to me, girl, you ought to be with me. Just hold me, hold me, hold me. Don't let go. I like the way you move across the floor. What you do, what you do, what you do to me. What you do, ought to be with me. What you do, what you do to me. What you do, ought to be with me. What you doing to me? Oh, foxy lady, looking fine. Dance across the floor. Want to make you mine. Just hold me, hold me, hold me. Don't let go. 'Cause after two, it's me and you just dancing across the floor. What you do to me? What you do to me? What you do ought to be with me. What you do to me? What you do ought to be with me. Look
Hold on a minute. Did we hear that right? Dodge is making an electric car?
We're talking hypothetical, right?
Surely you jest. Dodge? You mean the people who devised the legendary 426 Hemi and sunk it into a sublime missile? You mean the Dodge that created the Hellcat Red Eye and the most powerful muscle car in the world? Makers of the 840 horsepower wheel-standing Demon? Why on God's green earth would Dodge ever build an electric car? Anybody? Any thoughts out there? Hello?
Why change a good thing? Good question. This was once a good thing. This was also once a good thing. But at some point, they've all changed. For the better. And once we experience better, we never go back. So here's a better question. Is good good enough?
Yes, yes. How everybody doing today? Yes, sir. A couple more claps on there. Let me get rid of that. Great. Cool. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is Keyse. You are watching the Keyse Review Live. Yes, sir. Thanks for joining me, guys. If you're new to the channel, I would like to welcome you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button right down below with the bell notifications, and it will let you know every time I go live. If you're currently watching the video now, if you please do me a favor, hit the like button, and it'll help me on YouTube get out there a little bit more. So, how you guys doing this evening or afternoon? I say not so much evening yet. We have a whole bunch of stuff to go over right now. Well, not a lot of stuff because news been light, but of course there's a couple of things we're catching up on. You know, since I took that month break and stuff like that. Tristan Williams, how you doing? Tristan Williams, I heard got some barbecue going. Alrighty, guys. So the topics that we have for the day, we're going to start off with Dodge teasing their eMuscle vehicle. We got Chevy that's going to release a 2023 Corvette Z06. Hand clap on the Z06, baby. Still got some gasoline cars staying alive in this futuristically EV world. Valve released the Stream Deck. We'll go ahead and discuss some of that, so some of the specs and stuff like that. The PlayStation 5 beta is out. I have it, and I've been testing some of it. I haven't a lot of time yet, but I have tested SSD. We'll go over that. We're going to talk about PlayStation Home. It's been popping up again. Why are we hearing about PlayStation Home lately? More PlayStation VR rumors is coming out, so we're going to discuss some of that. And we're going to discuss a little bit about Samsung's upcoming event that's coming up Wednesday, considering that they're going to be releasing their new flip phones. So hopefully you guys are ready. Are you guys ready to go today? Yeah! Let's go! Okay! Alrighty, guys, so let's get into our subjects, and we're going to start off with story car manufacturer Dodge. So we all know that Dodge is releasing some new cars, namely an eMuscle car is what they calling it. From what the video says, and I think it's like a 5-minute video that I got right here that we can see. But we're gonna post and see what they have in stock. So definitely let's go ahead and look at it and check this video out, and then we're gonna discuss it. Okay, guys? Here we go.
We're here on location at the historic Dodge family home with over 100 years of amazing Dodge heritage parked behind me. And today is an important milestone, embracing the brand's history while looking to the future. The Dodge brand all but defines pure American muscle and was born to push the boundaries of horsepower. For over 100 years, at the core of everything we do, you'll find a foundation of American ingenuity. And pure performance has been the Dodge purpose. Half a century ago, Dodge hit full stride when we introduced the Charger and Challenger. They quickly became icons of performance and attitude. Today, they set the benchmark by embracing ingenuity to push the performance envelope to deliver the most exciting and engaging muscle cars. And that's why Dodge will not sell electric cars. Dodge will sell American muscle. So if a Charger can make a Charger quicker, we're in. And while that may sound like a nuance, it's not to our customers anyways, because our customers purchase an experience, not a technology. And it may surprise you to learn that Dodge attracts one of the youngest and most diverse customers in the industry, with the highest concentration of millennials, who now account for 1/4 of the US population, with the highest spending power of any generation. And equally, if not more important, millennials also have the highest acceptance rate of EVs. That's why the convergence of a demographic with spending power and the adaptation of electric power creates the perfect gateway for a brand that's all about horsepower. The customer profile of the Dodge brand today will be a key enabler to getting muscle car buyers into EVs tomorrow. And EV technology will enhance the attributes that matter most to our customers. It's not unlike the formula we followed for over a decade, as we continuously improve the Hemi power plant and its power output. With every gain in horsepower, we delivered a gain in market share. But even for a brand that's known for pushing it a bit too far, we've pushed this pedal to the floor. Our engineers are reaching a practical limit of what we can squeeze from internal combustion innovation. They know, we know that electric motors can give us more. And if we know of a technology that can give our customers an advantage, we have an obligation to embrace it, whatever it takes to keep them in the lead. Again, we won't sell electric vehicles. We will sell more motors. Better, faster Dodges. Because Dodge doesn't view EV technology as a revolution, but instead as a natural evolution of the modern muscle car. Let's face it, car and muscle aren't changing, and modern has an obligation to. Dodge has made it this far by embracing evolution. And it's the same way the hammerhead shark has thrived at the top of the food chain. Evolution enabled it to become one of nature's most aggressive predators. So just as we did a half century ago, Dodge will embrace the sea of change in the marketplace to stand out by embracing electrification. Every ounce of technology we integrate will be done to amplify the elements that define not just Dodge, but the muscle car itself. And in 2024, Dodge will launch the world's first full battery electric muscle car. Through intelligent evolution, we expect to thrive and define the future of American muscle, to tear up the streets, not the planet.
Hold on a minute. Did we hear that right? Dodge is making an electric car?
We're talking hypothetical, right?
Surely you jest. Dodge? You mean the people who devised the legendary 426 Hemi and sunk it into a sublime missile? You mean the Dodge that created the Hellcat Red Eye and the most powerful muscle car in the world? Makers of the 840 horsepower wheel-standing Demon? Why on God's green earth would Dodge ever build an electric car. Anybody? Any thoughts out there? Hello?
Yes, sir. Actually, I must have forgot to turn on my priority thing because, yeah, let me turn on that priority only. The freaking Outlook come up like, hey, I can't check your email and stop the video. My bad, y'all. So, that was what they call the eMuscle. So this is rumored to be the Challenger, the EV Challenger. So it's interesting because these guys are like, well, we're not going to make EV vehicles. We're going to make eMuscle vehicles, you know. So what do they mean by eMuscle vehicles? Which we all know is still an EV at the end of the day. But what differentiates them from what everybody else is doing? What differentiates them from Tesla? What differentiates them from Volkswagen? What differentiates them from Chevy, Lucid? You know, what is going to be what Dodge does, you know, and why are their cars going to be better, you know, because like they said, they want to build, you know, cars for millennials mostly because, you know, they, you know, basically for the people that makes a lot of money and, you know, old people that can afford it. But, you know, what going to make this vehicle different from everything else? Now, this vehicle is said to be a 2024 model, so which means that we should be seeing this vehicle release about the year of 2023, fall 2023. Will we see? Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Just got the hiccups all of a sudden. Will we see this vehicle within the next year or so? Will they tease a prototype? You know, something. I think Dodge is like one of the latest people to the party as far as the big manufacturers goes, because we all know that Ford already got EVs out. They got the Mustang E and they got a few more planned. You know, you got the F-150 electric plan to come out. You got the new Mustang fastback coming out, which is going to be better with whatever they call the Mustang now. You got Chevy, they got a whole bunch of stuff planned, you know. GM, they already got the Aria, they got the Hummer EV coming out pretty soon from the GMC brand. Then of course we know Lucid coming out. Within the next few months, they're gonna be having their new Lucid Air coming out, and you know all of Tesla got. They have their Model S, their Model 3, their Model X, their Model Ys. You know, and supposedly we're supposed to get the Roadster pretty soon, which is taking a long time. Now, so like I said, the rumors has it that this is supposed to be a Challenger, and this sucker is said to have about 886 horsepower. And the cool thing is, they're saying that it can go 500 miles to the charge, guys. Oh! Dude, you know gasoline vehicles, when you like doing all the shenanigans and stuff like that with these muscle cars, they ain't going no 500 miles to your gas tank, you know? So they'll probably go maybe 3 if you're lucky. But to say they can go 500-mile range without needing to charge, not only that, can go 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, that's going to be pretty interesting. Now, all of this is just rumors right now. We just, you know, hearing little tidbits here and stuff like that. Of course, that was the most information that we really have with the video, and they kind of tease a graphical video of the car, and we're guessing it's a Challenger, or maybe it's not a Challenger. Maybe it's going to be something else entirely. We don't know, or who knows? Maybe it's the return of the Viper. Don't discount that. Maybe we can see the Viper come back in an EV format. That would be pretty freaking sick, to be honest with you. Because if you notice in the video, they did have a Viper back there, you know. And I don't know what Dodge plans is going to be for this vehicle, but I'm very excited to see it. So anyway, that's all the news we really got on that situation. Of course, further developments comes up, we'll let you guys know. But you know, that's what we got from Dodge so far. So we'll be paying attention to that. And yeah, let's go. EV baby, we are on the EVs. So, anywho, let's go on to some Chevrolet news, baby. One of my favorite car brands, you know. So, we got rumors of the new Corvette coming out, guys. So, dude, we all know this past year, the Corvette went mid-engine, right? So, we have a mid-engine Corvette that is crazy performance. It's also roomier for people that's like big guys like me and stuff like that. A lot of stuff. And let me see. Yeah, this is supposed to automatically change, I think. Okay, yeah, but a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out from there because they are announcing that they're going to come out with the legendary Z06, guys. Oh! So the Z06 is going to be amazing. So you know, when you look at the Z06, is going to be like the best of the best. Like there's nothing better than the Z06. Then we have, why is it not going to B-roll? Is it timing? Maybe I put it in for a little bit more timer. Oops, something just goofed off. Can you guys hear me? Or am I throttling at 100? Huh. Why is my CPU usage all the way up today? Oh, there it goes. It's gone down. Okay. Anyway, we have a 2023 Chevy Corvette Z06. From what I'm hearing, it's to have a lot of the amenities that the current Corvette has. It will have also flare fenders, a larger air scoop, and aerodynamic anium that's included. It's going to have a 5.5 liter V8 engine, which they call it the flat plane crank, that can produce a rev limit of or a rev, whatever you call it, rev range between 8,500 to 9,000 RPMs. They said it's to make over 600 horsepower and will feature a dual clutch automatic transmission at the rear wheels. They also say it's to have a lot more carbon fiber on it. Of course, it's going to be similar to the Stingray for a lot of the creature comforts. So your dashboards, your shifting, which I think is buttons now, the radio, the OnStar, all that stuff like that. And you can see it right here in the video. Actually, I'll blow it up right now for you guys. You can see it right here in the video, how nice it looks. And why is it blocking out my video? There you go. So. Yeah, so if you guys see that thing just look gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? That looks amazing, man. The mid-engine Corvette, so they're saying that this guy is probably going to cost about $87,000. This is going to be a supercar. Look at that blue. Good Lord, look at that blue. Look at that blue. Jesus. Makes me want one, man. But anyway, so they said it's about $87,000. Now, supercar prices are usually $150,000 plus. And for Chevy to be like, hey, we have a supercar for $87,000, I mean, that's nothing short of impressive, you know? Like, that would be really, really cool to come out with a car that would challenge any car that's $150,000, $200,000 vehicle and say, hey, we're going to release this car for the price point of $87,000. Now, I'm not sure what features or features after that. We don't have a lot of details. Allegedly, this is supposed to be released later on, this year, next year. We're going to be hearing some more info release. This is supposed to be a 2023 model, so it should be coming out, I would guess, you know, between the summer and fall of 2022. That is an amazing feat. I mean, for Chevy to do this for about $50,000-$60,000 anyway for a mid-engine is outstanding, you know. But for them to come out and be like, hey, we're going to create a supercar for about $87,000-$90,000, woo. I mean, dude, this thing is probably going to sell like hotcakes. And I've been seeing some around in the streets lately, you know. This is something that I'm very, very excited for Chevy to do, especially since, on the channel we talk a lot about EVs now and stuff like that. Let me see. And your color group. Oh yeah, the blue color. Yes, I love my blue, man. I love my blue. But for Chevy to still have, gasoline vehicles, high performing gasoline vehicles still is in a time where we're about to go pretty much all EV pretty soon. It's pretty cool, because it's still going to take some time. We're talking about a transition of 10 years starting now with EVs. We've seen a lot of EVs releasing, and every day we're starting to hear about more colors popping up. I mean, more manufacturers popping up, EV manufacturers from the old school cats like, GM and Stellantis, which is your new Dodge manufacturer, Ford company, all them guys, everybody's coming out with EV. These manufacturers, Volkswagen saying all EVs by 2025, 2030. It's going to be interesting to see that we're still going to have vehicles like this that's going to be gasoline. And like Dodge, will Chevy eventually make this vehicle an EV vehicle? Will they make a Corvette an EV vehicle eventually? We don't know, but it's going to be pretty interesting to see, because EVs is right around the corner, and a lot of people's like, oh, I'm not going to get an EV, this and that. I got to worry about charging, blah, blah, blah. But you know what I've been noticing, guys? I've been noticing a lot of Teslas on the road. I work, you guys know I work as an auto tech. We got an EV in yesterday. We did some work too. So people are getting EVs. And I talked to the client. The client was like, yeah. He said, I got this. This is like my main commuter vehicle now. I save so much money in gas, And that's true, because you guys got to realize with EVs, you don't have to worry about gas. You don't have to worry about oil. You don't have to worry about a lot of stuff like coolant and stuff like that. All that stuff you don't worry about that stuff anymore, Now, you have to worry about the battery going out and, one of the motors, depending on if it's a single motor, dual motor, or tri-motor setup, depending on the vehicle you have. But I mean, a lot of the other stuff that we usually use to, like changing out spark plugs, oil filters, air filters. You don't worry about that stuff. We don't need it when you're going with the EV. But, I don't think that there's going to be an experience like driving this vehicle right here. So I'll be very, very, very interested to see what Chevy does with the new Z06. Especially again, like around the time where it's coming, where we're going to be having a lot of EVs coming out. So, that's Chevrolet, guys. So yeah, let's go for Chevrolet. Good stuff. Alrighty, now we're talking about Valve. Valve is a company, publisher, makes a lot of games. They have the Steam service. You go on, download video games, play them online, all that good stuff. I haven't played Steam in a while, especially now since I'm playing mostly PlayStation, which heck, I wish they would come on the PlayStation. I mean, it's got to be bound to happen one of these days, right? So, it's pretty cool to see that Valve announced a couple of weeks ago that they're coming out with this, basically what's a portable PC, which is called the Valve Steam Deck. So this guy right here that you guys see, the Valve Steam Deck. So what this thing does is play your current PC games, basically, which is freaking awesome, because you have laptops, but think about a laptop, guys, when you out on the go. You cannot walk and play a video game with your laptop at the same time, right? A lot of people like the game systems like the Nintendo Switch, right? The Nintendo Switch is highly, highly popular. And you can basically walk around and play that while you're walking, So, yeah. This thing is interesting and something that I don't think anybody really seen. And we'll go into some graphics so you guys can see how it looks. This guy's supposed to be coming out in December of this year. You can see it has buttons, so it's kind of like the Xbox buttons, kind of, and it has a whole bunch of touch pads on them, So you can see it has R1, R2, L1, L2, just like the PlayStation does. So it's kind of like they took some of the cues from the PlayStation and the Xbox together, and they added a couple of things. So you see those pads at the bottom of the touch pads, right under the analog sticks right there. You see, notifications and stuff. It's pretty interesting that Valve came out with this. I guess they see a market for it, and I'll be interested to see how this guy takes off. Steam has a vast library of games. I've even heard that they were trying to contact Sony, trying to get some of their first party game on the Steam platform. Steam is a very big deal, especially if you're a PC gamer. Very big deal. Probably I will say that Steam might be the most popular platform on PC, maybe minus Epic stuff, like Fortnite, in the world. You know, Steam for Valve to come out and create this game system. And actually, let me go back a video and let's go ahead and play that one. You can kind of see you got Jedi, you got Doom, you got Control right there. It loads the game. It has, of course, a built-in SSD, which the SSD I hear is repairable, not user removable, but it's repairable. Let me see. Let me go back. Maybe the video before that one play. That is not user, but that is repairable, but it's not user replaceable. Meaning that it's a closed system. They don't want you taking it apart. You can kind of see the buttons back there. So there's like L4, L5 back there, L4, L5. So it's got a lot of button controls because obviously with PC gamers, they have basically the whole freaking keyboard ready, or they do the WASD keyboard where it almost looks like a glove that you can press or whatever like that. So this thing is pretty cool. It's got an AMD APU in it, so you got pretty good graphics. It's got about 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's going to start off with 64 gigabytes of storage in it, which is going to use the eMuscle storage, which is kind of like SSD, but not really type thing. I don't really suggest it, but that's what it has. And then you see all the buttons. It's going to have haptic feedback in it, which is interesting because for the most part, unless you're playing with a Microsoft controller or a Sony controller, for the most part, you're playing with the keyboards and a mouse, and they don't have haptics or any kind of vibration technology in them. That's going to be interesting that they will have vibration technology right here on the Steam Deck. So that would be pretty cool. I do like them doing that. And then, of course, they talk about the touchpad, the gyroscope. The screen is going to be about 7 inches diagonally. So you got a 7-inch screen on there. It's going to be, it looks like the resolution is going to be 1280 by 800, pixels. And it's got an IPS screen, by the way, 60 hertz refresh rate. And then, of course, you got USB-C on board. You got Bluetooth on board there. You got a display port that you'll be able to connect to. The battery life is one thing that does kind of concern me because they say between 2 to 8 hours. So we'll average out, we'll say about 5 hours of game time. That's not a lot. I'm guessing that processor or the APU probably going to be taking a lot of energy. Another thing I was kind of concerned with, I was looking at the specs, and it does have a dock that you can, I'm not sure if you can purchase separate or if it comes in the package, but it does have a dock. It does support DisplayPort 1.4, but it only supports HDMI 2.0. So it's kind of weird that they didn't go with HDMI 2.1, considering like VR technologies that's we're supposed to get and all the other stuff. So that's something that's kind of weird. So actually, I can pop up the specs right now. So let's get the specs going on the screen so you can see all the stuff I just named off. For the most part, it looks pretty cool, though. It looks cool. It's got a, you see right there in the specs, you got an ambient light sensor. So you can use that light sensor. It will detect the light and adjust the brightness and the contrast of the display accordingly. 16 by 10 aspect ratio. Like I said, 7-inch display, IPS LCD, 60 hertz refresh rate, DSP for sound, dual microphone array. I forgot to mention that. 3.5-inch headphone jack, and then you can do multi-channel over the DisplayPort over USB-C. So DisplayPort is going to go over USB-C, and then you have like a 45 watt power USB charger on there. So that's going to be interesting to see how Valve market this. They have pre-orders. I believe the pre-orders are already open as of a couple of weeks ago. But how would they market this to gamers? How would they market this to, namely, the PC gamers? You know, how do they try to attract console gamers to come over? That's going to be a lot of questions that they have to ask themselves. You know, because this is really, really something that's unique, and this is something that is interesting. You know, so there's been a lot of people that's reviewing it online, like Linus, I think, reviewed it. I'm not sure if MKHBD reviewed it yet, but I know there's some video. I think CNET has been playing around with it, so they've been having it around. I haven't watched those videos yet. I'll probably watch them after this, but it's going to be pretty interesting to see how this product sells. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what they do with this stuff, you know, because I ain't gonna lie, that's a nice looking system, you know, and for somebody that wants a portable handheld system, and for somebody that don't want the Switch, or is disappointed with some of the specs of the Switch and the games that come with the Switch, if you don't want to play Mario for the 1000th time, you know, or Zelda for the 800th time, you know, this might be something to look into, guys. You know what I'm saying? This might be something cool, you know. So check that out. Again, it's going to come out in December. Prices, I think I labeled the prices. Actually, let me go back because I think I put the prices at the bottom. So the price is going to start off, so I'm going to assume this is for storage. So if you want the 64 gigabyte storage, you're going to be looking at about $400. If you want the 256 gigabyte SSD in there, you're going to be looking at about $530. And then if you want the big storage with the 512 gigabyte SSD, you're going to be looking at about $650. Cool. So what you need to say? The Valve seemed like it may be cool. Yeah, it seems like it could be cool. So we got to see what's going on with that guy. But yeah, that's Valve, guys. So cool stuff. Put some water here. All right. So now we're gonna go on to the next subject, which is one of my favorite subjects that you guys know about. And that's to talk about PlayStation. So, this past week, I was like halfway asleep in my chair. And then I was like, let me check my email. So, I checked my email and seen something from Sony. It says, congratulations, you have been accepted into the Better Software Program. Now, the Better Software Program, so what they're doing is testing out this new software before they release it to the public, basically, and they want us to beta test it before they release it out to the world. Basically, what this includes a whole bunch of improvements. So the Better's supposed to be having a more smoother UI, which does seem a little bit smoother, even though I've never had a problem with the UI on the PS5. I just feel like they need to add, let me set up kind of far behind, sounding far. I never had an issue with the UI on the PS5. Oh, by the way, before I start, for those of you guys looking for the PS5, it's coming. Sony just announced, the CFO just announced that they secured more manufacturing, so they on track to have about 12 million more units. So we'll probably discuss that next week, but they are coming, so you will get the PlayStation. They're going to come out with a lot, so just note that. Anyway, going back, so they're supposed to be for the beta, so it's supposed to have UI upgrades, it's supposed to have trophy upgrades, and then one thing that I really like that's going to have is SSD upgrade, the M2 slot. About time. So of course, being a beta tester, so you know, one of the features with the SSD was the only real feature that I tried so far. Why is it all white? Did I mess up a slide? I skipped the slide. That's what happened. So there's my PS5 right there on the side. So we'll blow this up. It's getting ready for construction. This is the first time I actually took apart my PS5. It's because the SSD slot is inside of this cover right here. So this is the cover with the this slot right there, as you guys see. So then right here, you can see right there at the top, I put the Western Digital Black SN850 drive in there. So the cool thing is, this drive is one that Mark Cerny, who's the architect of the PS5, said he was getting. And I ordered this before he said that, like a day before. So I was very, very happy seeing that, because I knew that I got the right drive, and I got it in. Of course, here it is on PlayStation. And then there it is loading in the storage. So that is cool that we finally got to upgrade more storage, because the PlayStation only has an 800 gigabyte drive, which formats down off the all the Sony stuff on there to 667 gigabytes, which is not a lot of space. It's an okay amount of space, but considering we're about to have these great games coming on, it's not that much space on there. So I just bought like 500. That was a 500 gigabyte because it's kind of cheap. I'll probably eventually get like a 2 terabyte, but they're kind of pricey, so I'm gonna wait till next year, maybe around tax time. But right now, again, I'm not playing a whole bunch of game on it, and my PS4 games are all on the external drive, external SSD. So it's not like I'm dying for space right now, And then I've been busy working on all my businesses and stuff. So, it's not that. Not yet. It's not that bad to get a 500 gigabyte drive. I think that's good for the performance, because this is a PCIe 4 drive, and they have a read speed of about 7,000 milliseconds. So let me see. Tristan Williams. Since a kid, always taking something apart. Yeah, I've been taking stuff apart since I was what was that, 7, when I helped you guys with that chair when I was a little kid. I think I was about 7 years old, maybe. Putting that chair together for my uncle. I think that's the first time when I started taking stuff apart. Well, actually, my family said I started before then, maybe like taking pots and pans out the kitchen and something like that, and putting them together, and then making like drums and stuff. Maybe I don't remember that, but yeah. But I'm always taking stuff apart. I take stuff apart every day of my life, basically. That's my day job, And then my night job, I'm still doing the same thing half the time. So, but yeah, that's the, in the place here. I do got a video. I'm going to try to mix it this week. And I'll reach the Patreons. And if you're a Patreon, if you haven't seen, I did release some videos up there, some gaming videos. I'm going to make it public probably within the next few days, but I wanted to give like a week for the Patreons to view them first, because of course the Patreon, helps support the channel. So not to say nobody else do, but they, help support it financially. So I'll probably put this video up first, hopefully in the next couple of days, and the Patreon will get first steps at looking at the video and stuff like that. So anyway, so far my experience, and I should have recorded the I said I recorded a video on the PlayStation. Again, I was doing this like late at night. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that, like past my bedtime. But so far it seems pretty good. I haven't had any bugs with it, no bugs with the SSD. I pretty much moved. I moved the YouTube app, the Disney Plus app, Netflix, YouTube. I think I moved Voodoo over there too. So basically all the video apps. I think I moved Spotify on there, and then I put Oddworld Soulstorm on there. And I did play a little Soulstorm. It did seem like a little touch slower loading time, like nothing major. Like, and who knows? It could just be the way it booted up that time, because it doesn't boot up exactly the same every time. But the gameplay was solid. After I got into the gameplay, I had no hiccups. Everything was smooth. Nothing was jaggy. It just loaded, It working pretty good. I haven't had a chance. I went to the Sony site to see about feedback and stuff like that. And right now, I think they only look for bugs. So far, it's been handling pretty good. I have no complaints about it. Because, most of my stuff got M2 drives now. My PC that I'm streaming this channel on now, Neo, that one has a SSD in it, M2 SSD. That one's PCI 3 though, so it's a little bit slower than what I got on the PlayStation. Same thing with the server. I got another M2 drive as the main drive, just to boot and run the apps on, and the rest is just regular hard drives. But I got that one with an SSD, M2 SSD too. And I love the SSDs, man, especially the new M2, because they're like they're kind of like a little bit longer than this, and skinnier. It's been working great so far, and I gotta have more time to test it. but I think it's a good upgrade. I think it's a much needed upgrade. The only thing I've been seeing people like having issues like, oh, how come they can't do like Xbox and just stick a stick back there? Well, there's something with that, guys. So I've been hearing rumors lately. I'm not sure if it's true. So take this with a grain of salt. They're saying that the expansion drive on the Microsoft Xbox Series X is not an SSD. So, yeah, it's not an SSD. So let me see. Michelle says a lot of buffering today. I think that could be your network. I think I had one little hiccup when I was starting to play that video, but so far it's been running smooth. And it could be your Wi-Fi speeds and stuff like that. Maybe I can check it one of these days, because well, it depends on how you're running it too. Usually, if you're at home, you want to run it off your home network, and hopefully you got to get a router too, because that's one thing that a lot of people don't have is like a good router. So we'll talk about that. Anyway, what was I talking about just a minute ago? Oh yeah, so they're saying that it might not be a SSD in there. It might be something else. Maybe it's eMMC fake SSD. I like to call them because it's kind of like a hybrid SSD, whatever you do with them. So, this is a better solution overall. It wasn't that hard to take apart. I had to watch the video again because I forgot I was trying to put the cover up, and instead of putting it down like I'm supposed to. But once I watched the video and figured that out, I was able to get everything off pretty easy. It wasn't that hard, honestly. So I don't know what people's complaining about, especially if you like put together computers and stuff. This is like the easiest thing you can do, you know. I don't know why people's complaining about this. You can see right here, if you look right there at the top, the little silver thing, you move that down under the SSD, and then you put the screw in, and then put the silver cover in. But I don't see what people's complaining about. This was pretty easy to do. Like, it really took maybe 5, maybe 10 minutes because I was doing video altogether. I have to look on it, but yeah, I mean, I love it. Like, I really do like this this feature that Sony finally added. So they're finally coming out with this other stuff that people have been complaining about. Oh, they ain't coming out with storage, this and that. Which, I mean, let's be real. Like, even though there's some good amount of games that's out already on the PS5, it's not a lot of games yet. You know, so and Ratchet and Clank, I think it's only about like 60 gigabytes. I think what you call it, Returnal's like 70 gigabytes. I mean, now if you got Call of Duty on there, different story. You know, you're looking about 150 plus, and that does take up a lot of space. But yeah, and they say maybe our phones, maybe yeah, because I've been, you know, I got the video playing right here on the Surface, so it hasn't been looking like it's been airing out, and all the specs, all the analytics on here looks good. Cause I always watch my analytics. So anyway, but yeah, that's the you know, the beta. So, you know, I'll be testing it more. I'll let you guys know. I'll also let you guys know when some more PS5. Actually, there has been some PS5s coming out. I just haven't been posting them because they basically coming in and out like 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm asleep. You know, so, but yeah, that's that. Let's go to our next subject. So, we've been hearing an awful lot about this thing. So, for those of you guys that know or that used to play a lot of PS3 back in the days, and actually, let me go ahead and load this up. This game, I like to call it a platform. This platform's called PlayStation Home. So if you guys know what like Second Life or The Sims are, it's basically you create this virtual avatar and you can interact with other people, you can buy stuff, etc. This was something, honestly, this was awesome. I remember this part too, where it has the estate. There's the PS4. I don't think I've ever been on that one. But anyway, this is like a social space. So just think about PlayStation Home. It was like Facebook virtually. Facebook that you can play. Sony has been recently coming out with some more patents. So I think I talked about this in an earlier episode, but they just renewed another patent. Oh! So to me, it's really, really kind of weird that Sony's all of a sudden coming out with these new patents for PlayStation Home. And stuff is kind of looking like they may be considering making a new PlayStation Home, which would be amazing. There's documentaries. I actually just watched the documentary. I think it was early this morning. Yeah, early this morning, where these guys was like recreating PlayStation Home and trying to recreate it in Dreams. We talked about Dreams too, how people was recreating PlayStation Home in there and stuff like that. PlayStation Home was freaking awesome. I was on PlayStation Home for hours. There would be times I don't want to play the game, but I want to do something with my PS3 at the time, or take a break. If I'm playing Metal Gear Solid, I want to take a break. I go on to PlayStation Home, and then I had a couple of buddies on there virtually that I used to hang out with. And then the cool thing about PlayStation Home is that you had mini games in there. You had old school arcade games. I think you had like even Galactica you could play in there, and then they had like some I don't know if you would call it AR games, but like kind of like some reality games where you have to look on the internet or have somebody had to go to a certain spot to unlock a puzzle or something like that in the game and stuff like that. It was cool. And then there was this other game, kind of like this virtual spaceship game that you had, and you had to shoot down big spaceships and stuff like that. And like right here, you can see there was like club areas, there was concerts and stuff like that. And not only that, there was certain games that will allow you to go from PlayStation Home to launch it from PlayStation Home directly into the game. So like say if you was playing like Gran Turismo, what was Gran Turismo right there? Like 4 or 5, I think. Let me see. Let me look at myself. Yeah, I got the box. So Gran Turismo 5, I think, was one of the games. You can launch the game directly from PlayStation Home. So that was pretty cool, in my honest opinion. Like, to be able to... Oops, why did I put those as auto trans? Go back. I messed up on my slides today. But that was pretty cool to be able to do that stuff. Sony may be bringing this back. And one thing, if you guys been noticing, and I forgot to put that slide on. Yeah, I had every intention to, but I forgot. But maybe I'll saw it another day, maybe next week. But Team Asobi had, or actually, you know what? I wonder if we can bring in the power of the internet real quick. So let me see. Team Asobi, PlayStation Home. Let me see reference on the sides. Let me see if I can find the picture. Well, this one just says join our team. It's supposed to. Oh yeah, there's one. I'm gonna have to pull it because it's like it might have just saved the picture. So yeah, I'm gonna probably have to do it next week. But yeah, there is an image on there that looks like PlayStation Home with Astrobot sitting inside the home symbol. You know what I'm saying? So does Team Asobi have something to do with PlayStation Home? Would they? That would be interesting. You know what I'm saying? I would love, for one, PlayStation Home to come back. You got a lot of people when we was young in our late teens or early 20s that was playing this, So we're 30-something now, 40-something-year-olds. If they release this, we'll probably go back and play it. You know what I'm saying? Just for curiosity. And a cool thing for Sony, not so much us, is that they had a lot of microtransactions. So like say if you wanted to change your avatar clothes, if you wanted to buy a penthouse, you know what I'm saying, have your friends stay in there, come in, like, you put like $1 or $2, on it, and then you get like those stuff, $10, whatever. It was a pretty cool experience, man. It kind of sucks that they went away, especially when the PS4 came out. It didn't last too long after the PS4 come out. But PS Home, I enjoyed my time with PS Home. It had a lot of cool stuff, a lot of hidden eggs, Easter eggs that you have to find. And then if you wanted to just chill and chat with people, like this was like the perfect platform for it. Again, I would have to explain it like a virtual Facebook, basically, a Facebook that you can play. Basically that's what it was. So we'll see. We'll see if Sony comes back out with PlayStation Home, man. I really hope so. So hand clap on that. I'll be staying up on rumors on that stuff, of course. Okay, let's move right along. we now have VR news, guys. Let's go. We know that I've been following the VR news. So, allegedly, Sony recently had an event with that was a closed door event that was only to developers. So just to showcase developers the new HMD, or the head mounted display is what they call it. The new headset, I'm not sure if they showed it in there, but I heard they had it. I heard it got sold off. I heard it's freaking amazing. You know what I'm saying? And of course we know what the controller looks like. You just seen it in the slide that just passed by. But it's going to be interesting to see what this next gen VR is going to be. So some of the stuff that we're getting is that it's going to have 2 Fresnel OLED display, which is going to be made rumored by Samsung. So Fresnel, what that is, kind of like a curved lens basically. So like the lens is kind of curved or whatever like that. So like basically whenever you look through the lens, it's like concave kind of, I guess, and it helps with field of view, or FOV. It's also said to be ACR capable and have a field of view of 110 degrees, which is more than 100 degrees of the original VR. It will also have a resolution of 4,000 by 2040. Oh! Guys, there's only about 1 or 2 devices that have a better resolution than that. One of them is, I forgot that company, is like a company I didn't hear about. I think HP got one that's a little bit more, but this would be better than any Oculus that you have, like better. Also, another thing is it has 4-bit rendering with flexible scaling resolution and eye tracking. Why is that important? So that basically means that the headset will be able to track your eyes. So basically, if you look over here, just like in real life, you know how like you move your eyes and like everything's kind of like a little bit more blurry. It's not as clear as what's counting your attention like right in front of you, but it's a little bit more blurrier. That's what this device is gonna have.
Yes, sir.
So, dude, that would be awesome. And they said that it would help save off of processing power from the PS5, because this thing allegedly is still going to connect with a cable, a belt, not with the extra stuff like the original headset came out with. Because we all know with the original headset that's right over here that I have right here on my sub, that sucker came with a breakout box, a long cable, which breaks into 2 cables that you got to connect to it. Then you got to connect the HDMI cable to the PlayStation. You got to connect the other HDMI. You have to connect the TV, connect the USB port directly to the PlayStation. So it's, you know, pretty involved connecting the VR system. And then and you also have to have the camera. So you have to have the PlayStation camera on top of your TV or below your TV in order to run it. So there's a lot of work, a lot of stuff to get the VR running, and sometimes it still wasn't perfect. This one will have built-in cameras. From what I'm hearing, it's going to have a total of 3 cameras. So it's going to have 2 cameras in the front and 1 camera in the back. So it will be able to track by itself. You don't have to rely on an external camera. It's going to do all the tracking inside the headset itself. Also, I'm hearing that the headset will also be able to track the controller's movement. So everything directly from the headset. So like if you move the controllers around, the VR controllers or whatever they're calling them, that will be able to be tracked by the headset as well. So you don't need any external cameras, which is amazing. Like I love it. You know? So for it, I think it's better because you have like the Oculus, the Facebook Oculus. They're coming out with the headsets, whereas you don't need anything external. Maybe, you know, they have some points you can put on the wall or stuff like that where it help a little bit, but otherwise I don't really think you need it. You know, and I think Sony's going this way too. And honestly, I think Sony is going to be better than anything else out there, you know. Also, another thing, we talked about this, but it's going to have haptic feedback in the headset, and this seems to be a thing. There's 2 reasons why Sony's going to be adding haptic feedback, according to the rumors. One reason is to reduce motion sickness. Now, I do agree with the original VR. You do get a little bit of motion sick, you know. And if you're a person that's like, if you get motion sick easy, like this is not something that you really want to play in long term. I've got used to mine, so I can play mine for hours. Usually I tell people before you play, drink a good amount of water, and be in an environment that's not too hot, because especially with the headset, even though it's light, it's not that heavy. You're still swinging something that's on the front of your face, and it's forward, a little bit more forward heavy. So that inertia of you moving the headset around and looking around and stuff, that does kind of cause a little bit of stress on your head. So drink some water and make sure you're in a cool environment and get used to it. Don't play it for 2 or 3 hours at first. Play it for like 10 minutes. Your body has to get used to the headset. This, with the haptic feedback, should eliminate that. So with haptic feedback, they say it's going to simulate movement. It's going to simulate you walking. It's going to simulate gestures, all that good stuff. So you don't have to worry about motion sickness as much as you did with the initial headset. Also, for special effects, it's supposed to have haptic feedback. So now, how much haptic feedback it's going to have, we don't know. I can tell you on the DualSense controller, I love that haptic feedback. That's really that controller really makes the PlayStation 5 above everything else that's great about the PS5. The haptic feedback on that controller is one of the big features for me, at least. More details are supposed to come out either the end of this year or beginning of next year in 2020. From what we're hearing, that they're looking at fall or holiday 2020 release for this headset. Maybe 2023, we don't know. But as far as showing off the headset, I'm hearing it's coming. It's not going to be within the next month, maybe, but it should be end of this year, beginning of the next. They should be unveiling what the actual headset looks like, So that'll be something to be looking forward to. And then there's been reports that Jim Ryan, the head of the PlayStation, is going to be, or he wants more AAA games on there. So on a VR headset, there's not that many AAA games. Maybe you had Astrobot. If I would say that's maybe a AA game, but you can say Astrobots was one of them maybe, because that was one of the main games to bring to the VR. But what Jim Ryan is saying is that he wants to bring more of the games, like I'm guessing The Last of Us, God of War, like maybe stuff like that, as a hybrid AAA VR title. So you can still play it regularly on your flat screen or whatever TV you got, but you can also put it in a VR mode. Now, here's a couple of games I've been thinking about. So, of course, Astrobot's going to be a VR game. We just talked about PlayStation Home. Will PlayStation Home be VR? Or I got one better for you guys. I've been actually saying this on the internet to a couple of people. What if Gran Turismo got delayed because they're adding it to be compatible fully VR mode? Oh! Guys, remember, Gran Turismo Sport on the PS4 does have a VR mode. You can't play with everything, but it does have a VR mode onto the game. So it won't be outside the realm, especially considering what cars are and what cars are like, to really get that full experience to be VR. Imagine you, and I can do this with my PlayStation because I got the steering wheel too. I'm not sure if you can see it on the floor somewhere, but you can get the steering wheel and get the VR headset, and it looks like you're in a car. And when you're turning on a tight turn, it is a completely different experience from when you just playing it on the TV. I mean, because it makes you really feel, it tricks your brain into you really turn into a current, and you gotta even, like, you feel like you gotta move your body a certain way in order to compensate for it, So Sony's gonna make a real push on VR. Jim Ryan even acknowledged that it's still in its experimental phase, but it's something that's very interesting, and Sony is fully behind VR. We've been hearing developers and stuff even coming up saying, hey, we're making everything on VR. We're making games exclusively for VR. We're making everything for this new VR system, So it's going to be very interesting to see what Sony comes out with this VR stuff. It just sucks that it's going to take some time, because I can see this generation VR really moving PS5s. PS5s are moving already. We know, I think as of last week, they even said it's 11 million now. 11 million sold. So Sony's just breaking all kinds of records, man. But, you already got 11 million PlayStation 5 that can be compatible with VR. So that means the possibility of selling 11 million VR systems with those PS5s right now if it, it's not going to come out now, of course, but when it comes out, you already got 11 million systems that you can hook up to VR. That makes it good for Sony's pocket and their shareholders. I think I might have to buy some shares in Sony, man, pretty soon. But this VR stuff, man, and as you can see, and this actually this as you can see, I ran away, but that Into Deep game, it's not really a game. You just pretty much put the VR, you can look around. Like, dude, like I was playing that like a month or two ago in the VR, and I look back to look what was behind me, and I look back forward, and the shark was coming at me. And you're like, oh snap! Like, you don't expect it, So, we definitely going to be looking towards VR stuff. I cannot wait to see more stuff for VR. So, good job, Sony, for coming out with the giving us some leak news here. So, for our last subject of the day, guys, Samsung will be having an event in a few days, Wednesday, the 11th. 7 o'clock in the morning for us West Coast guys. They will be having an Unpacked event. So, let's get the first thing out the way. There'll be no new Note shown at this event, guys. So, this will be the second year that we do not have a new Galaxy Note. Samsung says it's still in the plans from what they're telling people. I don't know. Unless they tell us that and they're going to really unveil it this week, or I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with the Note, But they are coming out with 2 new phones. So as you can see in the graphics right here, you have what look like a couple of squares, look like they're jointed together, look like they're foldable. So as you see in the video, they had in the video where it was joinable. Actually, maybe I'll go back to that video real quick and play it for you guys one more time for those of you guys that's late. What is it, Sam Hero? What are you talking about, Tristan? Are you talking about the graphics? Let me know if you talk about the graphics. I know it's going to take a couple of seconds for the stream to catch up. But here, let me go ahead and I'll play this commercial again.
Why change a good thing? Good question. This was once a good thing. This was also once a good thing. But at some point, they've all changed. For the better. And once we experience better, we never go back. So here's a better question. Is good enough?
So, and I'm actually going to manually rewound that video. Let me go back to that video. So let me see. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. So if you look at the video, so if you look, and then you can see how they have the old school phones. I think they had a kind of like, that look like a BlackBerry. You have like one of the flips almost look like a Razor right there. There's a BlackBerry phone right there. Let me see. He said, yeah. Oh, yeah. So now, if you guys notice, right about here. So right when it opens, let me slow it down. Look at this. If you notice, don't that look like an outline of a phone right there, guys? See that? Look at that. Let me put that full screen real quick so you guys can see it. See that? Don't that look like a phone? That look like the side of it right there, where you have the SIM tray that's actually right there. You know what I'm saying? That's the hole for the SIM tray. So that's the SIM tray. So, and it looks like the phone's like unfolding, right? So let me skip ahead a little bit. So if you look at it, looks like it's unfolding, right, into a world, and that would be the video, So that's something that's very, very interesting to see. Because the event, and they say they talked about unfolding and all that good stuff. It's gonna be pretty interesting, because you see this is the Galaxy Z Fold right here, the current one that's out, and from what I'm hearing, that they supposed to be doing something revolutionary with the phones. What they're going to be doing with them, I don't know. Are they going to sort of the hinge where the hinge is sorter? Are they going to adjust the screens? I don't know. I don't know what they got planned, you know. So it's going to be pretty interesting because this year, because usually we hear leaks, we see some leaks of the picture of the Samsung phones. Excuse me, burping a lot for some reason today. But you know, you usually see like the render of the phone already. We haven't seen much this year, guys. We really haven't seen much. They're saying that from what we do know, that this will be called the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and the Galaxy Z Flip 2, which will be the main, you know, headlights of the show. They're saying that it's rumored that the Galaxy Z Fold will be about $1,900. Oh! Damn! It's $1,900, guys. Ouch. I mean, I think, well, I don't think I'll be paying the full price when I upgrade, but basically my Surface Duo is $15, and that sucker's more expensive than that. Like, Jesus Christ. The Flip Z, or the Z Flip, I should say, will be about $1,100. Now that's more reasonable. We can live with $1,100. Both of them rumored to have. So the Z Flip, the Fold 3 will have a 7.6 inch display. The Z Flip will have a 6.7 inch display. We'll use a Snapdragon 888 processor, so the current flagship phone, and it's still going to have the triple and dual camera setups that you're used to having. So you'll be having that stuff. It's kind of hard to say because, let me see. He said that's very disturbing, and y'all talk about Apple's prices. Apple haven't came out with a foldable yet, sir. Let's not push that yet. Apple ain't got the foldable yet, but you guarantee when Apple comes out with a foldable, we'll probably be going to be looking at $2,000 plus. The Apple tax. So don't be talking about no prices yet. Apple ain't got no foldable yet, not yet. They will, but not yet. And I guarantee you it's probably going to be $2,000. In fact, I'll be shocked if it's not even at least $1,500, you know? So let's not talk about the iPhone yet, because when they come out with a foldable, you know, it's going to be close to that $2,000 mark. I can bet your bottom dollar on that one, you know? So, with their M2, or what they call it, their M1 chip, or they might come out with a new one, I think, the M2 chip. Anyway, going back, you know, these devices, like, man, like, what more can you do with them? So this is what I think. I think the Fold 3 is going to have a pen slot inside of it, so you can slip the pen in there. It's probably, this is the product I think that's going to be taking over the Note, to be honest with you. You know, I would like to see no camera bump on the camera, or at least a reduced camera bump. That camera bump on that Fold 2, I've held it. It's atrocious. It's nasty. I hate it. Another reason why I went with my Microsoft Dual, my Surface Dual, you know, because it doesn't. Yeah, the camera's not that great on it, but it doesn't have that camera bump. It looks sexy. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Look how thin that looks. Look at that. Looks sexy. I don't know. I don't know what else they're gonna come out with. I would like to see that hinge be reduced a lot. See how that looks ugly too. See how that looks kind of ugly. So see how, like, when they put it aside, like, that would be nice if that's shrunken down where it could be more flat. See, another thing, and that's another thing what I like about the Surface. See how flat it is? It'll be even slightly flatter without the bumper, but of course you want the bumper on it. But it'll be even flatter, you know. So, and they gotta do something with that camera bump. It just looks so ugly. I'm sorry, guys. It looks ugly. Like, there has to be another big thing on it. They have to fix that camera bump. I'll bet you anything what they can announce this Wednesday is going to be that camera bump being reduced over anything else. And I almost feel like they're going to put the pen somewhere on there. Like, it's going to have the pen. It's not going to be like you have to carry it around. It's going to have the pen where you can slip it inside like the Note. Guarantee you. And then the flip's kind of like the Razor, the new Razor phones. So that's what the flip's gonna have. I don't know what else they're gonna do with that either. And both of these have the foldable screens. So maybe the foldable screens doesn't have the crease in it no more. Because that's another thing that I don't like. Like, even though if you're looking directly at it, you don't see the crease, but when you start looking off center, you can see that crease in there from the screens. And the screens, got only so much life in them before it breaks. So maybe they have a better screen on it. Maybe it's a little bit bigger on the outside. The outside screen may be a little bit better. I don't know. But that's some of the stuff we think with the new flip phones. They also have been rumoring to have a new watch and the watch OS to come out during this event. So they haven't released the watch in a while. The last one was before, which I think it was about 2 years ago, and a new OS. So they should be releasing a new OS for it, which they probably have a whole bunch of features. We're pretty sure that we're going to see a lot of health features and sensors and stuff like that in it. So we're going to see a lot of stuff from that. Something maybe about COVID, some kind of COVID notification that comes on the watch and the phones, maybe stuff like that. And they also said they have a Galaxy Bud 2 release, and the Galaxy Bud will have active noise canceling. The original Galaxy Note Buds does not. Galaxy Note Buds, Jesus. Galaxy Buds doesn't have noise canceling, so they saying the new ones should have noise canceling in it. So that'll be pretty cool too. For those of you guys that like Buds, me, I'm not a Buds guy. I've thought about trying the Microsoft one maybe one day. We'll see. But yeah, these buds are supposed to have noise canceling in it. Hopefully better sound, because I know the sound's not that great with the buds. They're okay from what people are saying, but it's not that great. Nothing. I sort of did that on Nothing with my boy Car Pay. Made his new company. They got those. I'll do that next week. I'll definitely do that one next week, because those buds looks nice, and they are cheap price too. I think they're like $100 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we'll do something like those too for next week. But yeah. So that's the rumors that I mostly have. We'll know on the 11th. We'll know completely what they're going to come out with on the 11th, and what other stuff they will have. But it will be exciting, and we're going to be talking a lot about everything on the Samsung this coming up week. And of course, well, I won't be working until I don't have to leave the house till that time. So maybe I'll try to wake up early and see it live. And maybe I'll post like some stuff on my page for you guys to look at and stuff like that about the new phone. So we'll definitely know what they're gonna come out with. We're definitely gonna see what else they have during this Unpacked event. We're gonna have a surprise for what we're hearing. We'll see, man. That's the Galaxy event, Galaxy Unpacked, August 11th, 7 o'clock PST, 10 o'clock EST time. So. We'll see what Samsung got, guys. Cool. So that's that, everybody. So that is pretty much the show for the day. So hopefully you guys liked it, and hope you guys enjoyed it. So not a super long show today, but that's some of the information we have. Anybody got some questions you guys want to pose? Anything that you guys want me to answer, I'll try to answer it. We'll go ahead, turn some music on, start riding out right now. So, yeah, man, pretty cool stuff, man. That's gonna be coming out. And why did I put all this stuff for timed? Man, what was I smoking today? But yeah. Oh yeah, you know what? Because I think I copied this. Yeah, I copied that slide. I probably forgot to take off the transition time on it. So, yeah, we'll just leave it on this screen. But anyway, if you guys got any questions about anything, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Anything you guys want to see in the future? Any tech, anything? Let me know, guys, in the comment section below. I am watching the comment sections. But yeah, man, I'm pretty stoked about this stuff. I want to see what Dodge have, because like with the Chevy, with the Z06, we know that we're gonna get a Z06 this year, so we know about that. So what does Sony? What does Dodge bring to the table for these EVs, man? What are they gonna start having? So I want to know what they're going to do with this eMuscle card that they have. You know, I want to know. And then another thing we gotta wait for is the VR stuff. You know, gonna have to wait on for that, but that VR is gonna be boss, guys. I mean, I think the next gen PlayStation VR is gonna take everything to a whole new level for VR. I really, really does. Because, I mean, just look what they did with the PS5. Look what Sony did with the PS5. Like Jim Ryan, Mark Cerny, and all those cats, man. Like you gotta expect the VR is gonna be crazy. You know, you really, really gotta expect it to be crazy, man. What will we see this Wednesday from Samsung? What surprises will we see? You know, will Apple be planning something soon? We know Apple start planning something around this time. So what Apple's gonna be planning pretty soon? We don't know. You know, so we'll see what they're gonna be planning. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know yet, guys, and it's a lot of stuff that we just gonna have to wait and see, man. It kind of sucks because it's like we know this information, we know it's coming, but we just gonna have to wait, you know. But we're gonna see a lot of cool stuff, man. I know we got some more EV news. I'm waiting to hear when Lucid's gonna have the Air release. I know it's coming in the next couple of months. I know it's been teasing they're gonna hear news. They've been doing a lot of marketing from Lucid Air. I've been hearing too, Tesla Roadster is supposed to be coming out end of this year, beginning of the next, maybe. You know, are we gonna really get that Roadster? Is Tesla gonna deliver on that too? So I'm gonna be looking at those stories pretty soon too. What about the Chevy truck? There's been rumors popping up about the Silverado going to all EV. They have been teasing like an outline of it on their channels and stuff like that. So Chevy gonna be coming out with that. We're going to be hearing about a lot of cool stuff coming up soon. Let's see what popped up. Oh, Tristan says soon, son, in the works. Yeah, we know Apple gonna be coming up with a foldable phone. They're gonna get a piece of theirs. We all know Apple gonna get a piece of theirs. And they're gonna get a piece of your wallet too. Michelle says, good soul, thank you very much, guys. If you're a new subscriber, please, or watching this channel for the first time, I appreciate you guys. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button right there below. Hit the bell notification to let you know whenever I upload a video, go live. Let's see, Brian. We got a Brian Williams on the channel, guys. What's up, Brian Williams? Barbecue extraordinaire, man. That dude can cook his butt off. Some of the best barbecue in the business. But yeah, guys, I mean, we got a lot of stuff, guys. A lot of news that's about to be simmering, man. You know, when we get towards this fall, everybody gonna be talking about some news. You know, we beginning of August still. We get into that September month, September, October, and then it's gonna be black. You know, the black month, November. We're gonna start it off with that. It's gonna be coming, guys. We're gonna have a lot of stuff coming, a lot of news coming out, man. And I'm excited, man. I'm really seeing what this text can do, man. You know, I've been working on a lot of stuff over here on my end, so you know, stuff been kind of slow on my business front. So hopefully I can announce it one of these guys. We just gotta wait for all the pieces and the puzzle pieces start dropping down. You know. Oh snap! We got Brandon in the room. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, we basically almost at the end. It was a shorter show today, guys, but I still appreciate you guys joining. Oh, make sure you guys hit the like button if you're watching. Please hit the like button. It helps me with YouTube and stuff like that. I've been trying to spend some more money in marketing and stuff. I'm gonna probably be starting next week too, so I'm gonna try to market the Keyse review a little bit more. Stuff like that. You know, your boy been investing lately. I've been getting to investment, so hand clap for that. So I'm officially an investor of multiple stocks, may I add. I just bought I bought into Lucid Motors. I got a good chunk of Lucid Motors right now. I just bought ChargePoint. I got ChargePoint. I'm looking at a couple of other stocks right now. So we get into the stock game, guys. You know, businessman. That's what we're doing. I've been telling y'all, we get into that business, man. You guys gonna be hearing hopefully a lot about me and the companies, man, pretty soon. So, but yeah, if you guys join later, of course you can just rewind the video, go back at the end of the stream. You can rewind it. It's always on YouTube, DVR, and YouTube finally restored my chapters, guys. They finally restored chapters. I'm not sure why they took it away. But I'm gonna be starting to do timestamps. I did a couple for the last video, but I gotta finish it. So throughout the week, I'm gonna try to work on that on and off, adding all the chapters for the past 8 videos, which is gonna take hours probably to do, and you know, putting all the chapters in so you guys can just skip to what you want to look at. But yeah, you guys missed a pretty good some stuff. We basically just talked about rumors. Really, this was mostly like a rumor show. Basically, actually, I think everything was a rumor except for the Stream Deck. The Stream Deck was the only thing that wasn't a rumor on today's show. So, and well, yeah, pretty much everything else is rumors. Looking at the notes, so yeah, man. But make sure we got a lot of stuff for next week, though. We're gonna be joining up, and we're gonna be talking about Samsung because we know Samsung's coming out next week. So whatever they're gonna be announcing, we're definitely gonna be talking about that. And then I'm gonna be trying to talk about the other stuff. Like I said, the Nothing earbuds made by Carl Pei, who used to be part of or one of the founders of OnePlus. He started his new company, his own company called Nothing, and I'll probably be talking about those headphones. So I gotta remember to do that for next week's show. But yeah, guys. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me, even if you joined late. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Make sure you guys spread the news too. Hit the share button, share it on your Facebooks and your Twitters and your Instagram and stuff like that. So let me see, Pixel 6. Yeah, I gotta talk about the Pixel 6. I gotta talk about the new Pixels. Yeah, I'll probably add that for the show too. Yeah, especially because they're coming out with their custom processor. I'm very interested in. I've just been waiting to get enough news and stuff like that. So we'll probably be talking about the Pixel 6 too. So I'll try to add that for you next week, Brandon. I'll try to add that for you. Sunday, so I moved it to 2 o'clock. So I've been trying this 2 o'clock because I've been trying to watch the analytics and see if 2 o'clock's better. You know, it's a little bit later in the evening, but then, you know, especially with all the stuff I do, I've been tired lately and then been kind of hanging out lately or doing business the day before. So I think the 2 o'clock slot might stay. I want to try it for another like 3 episodes at least to see if the 2 o'clock slot works a little bit better for you guys and works better for me. But yeah, definitely next week, every Sunday, 2 o'clock, we're going to try that. Cool? So, yeah, we definitely going to be hopping on there. You know, Keyse Review, going to be doing some more stuff. And, again, keep on watching the channel because I'm going to be releasing the video game footage from Returnal and Ratchet & Clank. Patreons can already see it right now. It's on demand for Patreons right now. I'll unlock it probably maybe Tuesday, Wednesday is for the rest of you guys. So you can see, I actually got the ending of Ratchet & Clank too because I finished Ratchet & Clank. So I got the ending for that on YouTube. Is just, you know, of course, Patreons first because they helping a brother, you know? So anyway, guys, thanks for joining. I'm about to get something to eat. I'm starving right now. Breakfast already like went away. So thank you guys. Be nice to your neighbors. I appreciate you guys coming. Thank you for joining the show. My name is Marquise. This has been the Keyse Review live, episode 212. Take it easy. Peace. One. Later, guys. Take care.
Bésame, G. My friends and family said that this could never be, 'cause we're so different, you'll end up leaving me. But baby, don't you know that living in the past, a love like ours, we know it's gonna last. Smooth as chocolate.